Hello, hello. Nessie does. Are you there?
I sure am. How are you? Hello.
I'm doing well. How are you, friend?
I'm chilling. Hello, Civ. Nice to meet you.
Hello.
This is Chris. He'll be observing and taking notes, mate.
Yep,
Um,
gotcha. Are you guys just fine if I record this?
yes, absolutely. I encourage that. Are you fine if I record the
Of
same, mate?
course. Yep.
Thank you so much. Okay, how can I help you, mate?
Well, I was going through your VOD and I saw a bunch of mention of you being hacked, your Discord being removed. And I don't know if you saw my DM or not, but I wanted to check if that email that I linked you was still controlled by you to make sure that the strike on my video did come from you.
It did, yes.
All right. I would like to solve that. Um, First of all, the strike. Whether or not this was an intentional or unintentional, but you listed content found in the entire video. That automatically is just going to mean the strike will be removed in 14 days because, well, that's not the case. It was about what 13% of the video. I went through and had a look. So it's a miscategorized claim. Like, just first of all,
And how can I help you with that, mate?
well, I would rather, instead of kicking up a stink about it, would just request that you take it down now, because otherwise, if it takes the 14 days, your YouTube channel won't be able to strike videos anymore because of the false one on my channel.
I see. I'm unable to do that, mate. I'm unable to do that. I can explain why if you'd like.
I would really appreciate that.
Okay. So, gosh, what was this? 4 days ago, we met in Arc Raiders, and we had a funny little encounter. It was harmless fun. Being ratted on in the game is part of the game, and that's what makes it such a fun game to play. Makes for great content. I reviewed the video and had a chuckle. It was funny. What concerned me about the video, and ultimately the reason why I had it taken down, is the ending of that encounter, whereby you, after downing me, asked if I was friends with Peach XO. And of course, the thumbnail of the video is my face and likeness with the quotes, "I am Peach's friend." I was like, "What does this mean? Why is this the title of the video?" Because it didn't seem to have much to do with what happened in the video prior, which I thought was a fun little encounter. I then did my research, reviewed previous videos that you had made about this individual, and decided that harassment campaigns, hate campaigns, bullying, making videos about other creators in a harmful light was not something I would ever tolerate, me being the face of. I don't pertain to really know the ins and outs about what happened with yourself and this Peach XO, who is a streamer that I have been raided by once, who I follow and who follows me, and that really is the beginning and end of our relationship on Twitch. But after having reviewed several videos and seen the kind of content that you make, it was not something I wanted to be a part of at all, whether I really know this person or not. My content, the community that I run, the way I make my living is, the whole point of it is love, friendship, support, and lifting each other up. and it's something I've done for several years now, and quite proudly and successfully. To have my face used in relation to a hate campaign that has nothing to do with me, in an effort to somehow smear my reputation, is not something I will ever tolerate, and therefore I will not be rescinding my strike. This doesn't have to be an issue that goes on beyond today. I'm sure you will have a long, wonderful career of making funny YouTube videos. You're quite talented at it. As I say, the video was quite funny up to a point. I would just caution using other creators' likeness as fuel for hate campaigns. And that's really where I stand on it. You know, I'm sure you're a reasonable guy and you can understand that if someone used your likeness in such a way, you know, and it resulted in people coming into your community. You know, just yesterday I streamed and the whole way I found out about this, frankly, was because members of your community came in harassing me in my chat, likening me to disgraced celebrities, calling me names and harassing me in my chat. You know, this is not something that ever happens really in my chat or my community. We've built a place, like I say, that is built on friendship and love. And only once I had become aware of your YouTube channel by way of harassment in my chat did I see what was going on, and I don't want to be a part of it at all.
All right, I understand. Could I respond to a couple of things you said there? First of all, you said it was me that brought up Peach in the encounter. That wasn't true. It was some kids that recognized me in game, ran over, and they said the word Peach, and you responded to them, not me. I didn't say her name in game once, so you saying to me now that I asked you about Peach is just false. Also, in terms of members from my community, you know, I have a Discord server, and I'm sure anyone that messaged you, and I would encourage you to send me the, you know, the names of the accounts I'm sure you had to ban from your Twitch chat if there was real harassment. But I would really like a copy of that so I can ensure that it's like nothing in my Discord server or from it. I have a harassment disclaimer at the start of any video that has anyone that's not me in it, and sadly, it's the, you know, it's the shitty reality of the internet is that people will see someone and then, you know, be weird online about it. I cover my end as much as I'm supposed to with a disclaimer. And then also, like I said at the start of the call, I mean, you said this doesn't need to go on from today, but it will. Is that your claim uses false like information? Like, you have submitted a legal document to YouTube, and you've said content found an entire video. That's reserved for when, if I was to just take your Twitch VOD and re-upload it, that would be an entire video. There's even a section for like segmented timestamps that I can't understand if you wanted to proceed with this in a legitimate way that you wouldn't select. So it's like, you know, regardless on your opinion on if the video is fair use or not, which it is, because, you know, it only cuts to your content for, like I said, I think it was 13% of the video for, you know, another perspective in the encounter. It's my video. Well, I can't remember the exact wording of like the fair use guidelines, but it's like, if I'm not re-uploading your content or presenting like this is a substitute, you know, my video doesn't take away from your stream, like replace content on your stream or take viewers away from it, then I've made a transformative video. So even if you did do the claim correctly and, you know, said, oh yeah, it was this part of the video and this part of the video, it would still get overturned because the video is transformative. So saying just you don't want your face in there because You don't want your face in there. That's not the basis of a fair use claim or a copyright claim.
That wasn't my claim.
Can I just cut in there for a second?
Sure.
Yes, please.
So you're in Australia, correct?
I am?
So only the US has fair use laws. Australia deals in fair dealing exceptions.
Alright.
And so fair dealing is for the purpose of criticism or review or reporting the news. So to rely on that, you basically need a genuine purpose of criticism or review. So of Manhands's content, something shown in it, or you're reporting news, relevant to it. You also, for fair dealing in Australian law, need to provide sufficient acknowledgement of Manhands as the author/source of the clips and images that you use. And it must be fair in all the circumstances that it's used in. So how much of it was used, whether you use more than reasonably necessary, like you said, whether it competes or substitutes for content. But there's no, you say it's only like 13% of the video, but in Australian copyright law, there is no percentage rule. Even a 1% could be substantial if it's, taken directly from his content and reproduced as is. So all of those individual clips, even though they're segmented, that's still a violation of Australian copyright law. YouTube, because they're based in the US, that law wouldn't have any legal standing if it was to go forward from here outside of YouTube.
Well, regardless, Manhands has done he's done the claim wrong anyway. He said content found in an entire video. So, I mean, I will submit a counterclaim, which sadly means I have to give you my address, my phone number, and all this personal info. And, I mean, we can take it from there, but I'm very confident that the video will go back up. And I am sad that we couldn't skip all this, because I feel like it is unnecessary, especially like you said, you thought the video was fine yourself, like, that's what you said to me, and then you went and did some other research about a hate campaign, which I think is a very, one-sided way of looking at someone giving their side to the story, and then people reporting on it, because that's what happened.
If I might jump in, the research I did was watch your videos.
Okay.
And content you have made on this
All right.
on this topic. My main issue, like I said, is the thumbnail, and trying to use me somehow as the face of unrelated drama that I have no idea about.
So if I was to change the thumbnail and title, would you be open to just removing the strike, and we could just have a handshake agreement that I completely change the context of the title?
I would be open to you writing me a document of changes that I could review and approve for sure.
I mean, I could just immediately send. Do you know what A/B testing is in YouTube? How you can upload, multiple titles and thumbnails? That was something I did. I can just revert it to one of my other ones.
Like I said, I'd need a list that I could review.
All right, but it wouldn't be a list. It would just be this is a different title and this is a different
His face wasn't being used. His name wasn't being used anywhere. The tweet you made about it, we'd also want that removed, because that again links him to this drama that he's not involved in any way.
Yeah, we should discuss the tweets as well, shouldn't we?
Yep, all right.
So, before any discussion was had between yourself and myself, quite a nasty tweet was made by you, which resulted in many hateful comments against me. Would you agree?
Would I agree? No, because I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen the post that you made?
I haven't seen the hateful comments that you're referring to.
Well, I would make that a priority for you.
Well, how about you send me something? What am I meant to do? Is it under the post, the hateful comments?
It is
on
the reply.
your
All right,
post.
then I will go and look under the post as a priority.
I think as a rule of thumb, it's never a bad idea to, if you want to use another creator in your content, to seek their permission.
I'm not looking to get lectured about this, but thank you.
how else can I help you, mate?
Well, I mean, the purpose of my DM that you didn't respond to was, to check that the email belonged to you, because I had, from the information that was, on your stream, reasonable doubt that the claim came from you. But you have confirmed that it did, and
Absolutely.
I have told you that you have done the claim wrong. I've been through this process before, so the video is going to go back up in 14 days because you did the claim wrong.
And why are you telling me this, my friend?
So we can hopefully avoid this. I suggested I could change my my thumbnail and title.
Yeah,
and
I would be
you could remove the
absolutely
claim.
open to reviewing a list of changes.
All right, but you keep saying a list of changes. The list of changes, like, just so you understand, is not going to be the video at all. It's just going to be I revert the thumbnail and title to a previous iteration that I had.
Sure, I invite you putting together a document showing me exactly what that might be, and then I can approve it.
All right,
and
you
be
said
done.
let's talk about the tweet, but then you didn't really. I don't know. I thought there would be more there. What was your wish with the tweet? There's mean comments under it. Do you want me to like private them or hide them?
I mean, the purpose of the tweet, what was it? To get a hold of me?
No, not at all. That was the DM and me pinging you in your server.
And so what was the purpose of the tweet?
The purpose of the tweet was to talk about something that happened to me personally. That's a place that I use to talk about those things.
Because you use my name in there, and as someone who doesn't have Twitter, I guess my thinking here and my wish moving forward is that any collaborations between creators, between myself and you, before we get to this point of me feeling you've misused my image, is that you talk to me first, and maybe we can organize a collaboration together where we both get something from this, because, this is a business, your business is your YouTube channel. My business is my Twitch channel. We're both looking to make a living here. Why
Alright, well,
does it
you've
have to
accused
be
me of stream
against-
sniping on your Twitch, but I can't have a video on my YouTube using your likeness? I don't understand. You had no issue on Twitch with my username right on your screen saying, I'm pretty sure these guys were stream sniping me. I feel a bit
That's not an
one-sided.
accusation. That's
not an accusation. That is a guess of what might have just happened. Something which I moved on pretty quickly.
Named hearsay. You can think something, but
well, I moved on pretty quickly as well. I immediately cut to the next clip in my video as well.
I also didn't name you or make any mention of you whatsoever in my content.
All right.
Can we agree on that?
I'd have to rewatch it, so no, I can't agree on it. My name was on your screen for a lot of the encounter that we had. Every time I spoke. So yeah, indirectly I would say yes, I was mentioned on your stream. My name was visible for many minutes.
Well, I invite a document where you will outline the changes made to the video, or the nature of the way the video appears on YouTube, and we can move forward. I think in the future, if you would like to collaborate with me, I would appreciate a dialogue beforehand, so that it can benefit both parties.
All right.
I don't think that's I don't think that's too much to ask. And I think if you want to make a living like I do, making content, positive relationships, working together and not against each other is absolutely the way forward. I don't make it a habit of clashing with other creators at all. Like I said, my community doesn't have this culture to it. This is something that was brought to me by members of your community, and I truly wish to leave it behind me and never hear about it again, frankly.
All right, I understand. I'm just going to submit the counterclaim on YouTube. I think that's the easiest path forward for me because, like I said from the get-go, the way you did your claim was incorrect. So it's just going to be really easy for me to just say, "Hey, this is done wrong. Can I have my video back?" And YouTube will look into it. So that's going to be my path forward. I'm sorry we couldn't find a middle ground, but I appreciate you spending the time to talk to me.
Thank you very much.
All right, have a good one, gents. Bye-bye.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hey guys. Sorry about before. I just want to start off. I think emotions got the best of me in the moment. So any disrespectful conduct or snappy replies, I just want to say sorry for because you guys didn't deserve that.
I appreciate that.
Okay, so I've changed the thumbnail. I just wanted to like show you while I had the whole thing open, if it's chill, and then is that Civ in the call still?
Yes, it is.
Sorry,
yes.
I forgot your name. But
Chris.
It's Chris. Yep. Sorry, my bad. Because yeah, I can't remember. It's not fair use, but it's fair trading, which you told me about, and I had no knowledge of, and you're obviously the expert, so I looked into it, and yeah, I understand. Why you were.
No, it's a very common thing.
today.
A lot of creators, because YouTube is a US platform,
Yeah.
the laws and policies they enforce are only enforceable in the US, and every country has their own laws.
Anyway, this is what I've
so it's a
here.
common thing.
I've just look. This is all that remains of you, sir. This little hand pointing up.
Very good.
Is that acceptable? Just this little pointy finger up there.
Yes, that is.
Streamer face has been culled and gotten rid of. The title was just going to be like Arc Raiders, but every game is fun. I'd get it to you in writing exactly because I'll do another A/B test with 3 similar titles, but nothing to do with Peach, nothing to do with you, because at the end of the day, like the clip where you and I ran into each other was my least favorite in the video because there were 3 clips, and I liked the other 2. Excuse me, I liked the other 2 more, but I chucked the streamer one at the start because streamer videos get clicks, right? Like that's
why
I put it.
I thought it was hilarious.
It was too, and look, I know like you thought they were calling out to you because they were like saying a name, and I even included that in the video. I said like it was just a confusing situation. It was fair enough that you got confused. They all like recognized me from a video, and then they're calling out Nessie, but you obviously haven't paid attention to my name in the moment. So do you think they're trying to reach out to you, whatever? But its own thing, yes, and it was like a silly little trick I did, right? I kept the leaper units in my pocket, right? It was it's not the biggest thing.
Yeah. No, I definitely am a rat.
I just wanted to say while I'm here, and again, I said my sorries at the start. But Civ, do you have any advice going forward? Because it's not often I talk to someone with experience in this, and it is a big part of my planned future content in OC. In OC, I run into streamers all the time. They usually have TTV in their username, or in your case, Manhands, you mentioned to me you were streaming. That's how I found oh, okay, cool. I might do a trick. You might notice from the video I was just helping you with the leaper stuff because why not? I love helping people in Arc. It's awesome. But when I make a video, it's got more of a trolling aspect to it. Anyway, sorry. So Civ, the question to you is because my plan in the future is to I want to make these videos. I want to include reactions from streamers, or little bits in here and that, because that like really helps with engagement, swapping between camera angles and here's a person and here's a funny thing I did and here's their perspective. Like, do you just have any advice? Like, I know Manhand said reach out to the streamer first. That's a courtesy thing, but
yeah, I mean that's exactly the answer. If you reach out to them, if you can show them a preview of the video, even just in game, if you've killed them, they're down. Be like, hey man, I make YouTube videos. Can you be in it? Like, can this be in it? If they say yes, you have that recorded. That's enough that no one can then come and be like, hey, they use this without my permission.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, just a verbal agreement, or find them, message them afterwards if you know they're a streamer. Just be like, hey, I make YouTube videos. I'll tag you in the description. So it's not like
Excuse me.
I'm just gonna use this.
Yeah.
It's I'm gonna share this.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Well, yeah. I just want to say, yeah. If anything I said came off as hostile, I'm obviously, you know, coping about my actions a little bit, but defensive of, I'm just started uploading. I've just started doing this. A video that does well. It was a 1 out of 10 on my channel, gets taken down. I wake up to that. Oh, I want to go fix it immediately. So, I'm
For
happy we
sure.
were able to group back on better terms, and yeah.
For sure, for sure. So moving forward, well, Chris, would you like to sort of outline the agreement moving forward for?
Yeah. So obviously you've showed us the thumbnail's gone, the face is gone,
Hmm.
the video title is gonna be changed,
Which I'll
and the
send to you,
description
Manhands,
if
before I
yes, yeah.
do anything. Yep.
For sure.
So the description, I'm not sure if the description contains any references or anything. We want that changed too if it does.
Do you want it in there, or do you not want any mention?
No
The,
mention.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, because sometimes I'll include credit, and then sometimes if they don't want it, then obviously I'd not need it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so they like Matt said, we're fine with the video footage. Without the negative implications from the title and the association, the video's fine.
Yep.
No harm done. Matt probably would have commented, laughed at it, shared it on his stream probably.
Yeah. Because it was just a tiny little thing.
Yeah, exactly. It was just the situation it was presented in that caused it to become an issue.
I understand. So going forward, yeah, I'll send you the new titles, Manhand, before I finalize what I'm gonna do, and I'll probably change the font on the video. The thumbnail is basically set in stone.
Sure.
And
There
then obviously
was
I
one.
have a tweet up. Is that what you're about to bring up?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
We do
So
also want the
obviously
tweet on.
there's nothing standing once the copy strike's removed, so I'll get rid of that, right? Because
Okay.
it's I delete tweets every single day, and if it's something that doesn't exist anymore, it's not relevant. I'm not going to leave it on the internet because while I obviously do not condone harassment in any way, I understand that if I have a tweet up and it's saying, hey, this video is taken down, and now it's no longer taken down, well, you could receive some sort of negative internet interactions from it, and obviously I never want anything like that. So yeah, no issue with that at all.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And then just one last thing, Sid, while I've got you, because you're the expert, is there just there's anything, just any extra advice, just so I never, because I never want to be in this situation again where, well, one, for starters, I'm upsetting someone else, but two, I don't want to find myself in legal trouble where I feel like I have to give my name over to fight a copy strike. I never want to find myself in that situation again.
Yeah, I mean, the main thing, as soon as you can get consent in any way, shape, or form, written, verbal, then even implied could work. If you say if you team up with them and you're like, hey man, I'll make videos on YouTube, and they're like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
that's not them being like, don't put me in.
As long as I have
that's
verbal,
implied. Yes,
or
that's implied consent.
All right.
If they're a streamer, much better to just reach out to them, show them your channel, show them what you do.
Especially when they have a platform that I don't want to damage.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
That's never my intentions. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. So yeah, so if they're a streamer, send them your channel, show them what you do, and be like, I have a video with some clips of you. Is it cool if I cut you in from the VOD from your POV?
Yeah.
And just go from there. Most people don't mind free publicity. You share the credits, and
especially because if they're a normal person like Manhands, then the interaction is just normal, right? It's not anyone raging or anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Sorry to pick your head. I just figured while I was in a call with you, I'd try and get my take advantage of some free legal advice because, like I said, I don't want to find myself in this situation ever again, and especially not just for myself, but like Manheads, you said it affects your brand, right? I don't want to do that to someone. That's not fair.
I can appreciate that.
All right. thank you guys. I hope
we
it
do
was.
have one more. We have one more
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Would you be open to a written and verbal agreement to not involve or use Manhands' content or image or brand in future content, and to not continue to post about him or like involve him in any drama that doesn't involve him?
Yeah, as long as it's you, Civ, sending it to me and I can read it through and understand like everything.
Yeah, it'll just be a PDF, basically outlining exactly that.
All right.
And then I can just email it to you. You sign it and email it back. That's enough.
Would
Like
you like me to
Australia
DM
does
you my
allow.
my email address? It's just nessydoes@gmail. It's pretty easy to get to.
Yeah, I think we already have that on our file, anyways.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, I just want to say thanks to both of you how you handled it. Thank you, Civ, for just informing me on how the system works.
Yeah, no problem. Because we work with creators a lot,
Yeah.
and you can tell when it's intentional and when it's innocent.
Wait, who's we? Is
So
that both of you, or
we
is that
don't
just
want to.
like you and your team, Civ?
I know Matt personally, but I represent him here. But there are 3 content copyright specialists at our firm.
Oh, so you actually do like specialize in copyright, like law.
Yeah, like
Okay, yeah,
copyright, trademarks, infringements,
okay,
and more recently going into like content creator copyright as well,
yeah,
which obviously has a lot of issues.
yeah, gotcha. All right, well, I appreciate that, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye bye.
Perfect.
Yeah,
As soon as we get that that agreement signed, the copyright strike will be gone.
Easy. Oh yeah, and then Civ's gonna. Sorry, Civ. What's your name again? Sorry, bro. I'm so bad with
Chris.
names. Chris. Yeah, it's just because
No
a
problem.
different name is like on the screen in front of me.
Yeah, yeah.
Chris. Yeah, you just send that to me. Whatever you want. Manhands, can I still just DM you like the title, whatever I decide on? Because I haven't thought about it. All right, sweet, cool. Yeah. Agreement, titles done.
And again, going forward, he's not opposed to collaboration. He loves to play Ark. He loves ratting people.
That's awesome.
Maybe the two of you team up and rat people, and you both get good content out of it.
I can tell you guys are genuine and just kind people. Like you said, your community is built on that. So, yeah, easy. So I'm
perfect.
Maybe in the future we'll talk about it. I'm happy that we moved on positively from this. All right.
Beautiful, mate. Beautiful.
Have a great day, you two. Bye-bye.
You too, buddy.
Thank you.